Okay, and here we are continuing with the 2017 Mathematics National 5 Paper 1, and we're on question 9, where you're given a diagram where we have ABE being a tangent to a circle. Now what that means is that from the centre to the point where the tangent touches the circle, this is split up into two right angles. That's the first thing you must realise. So okay, so that's 90 degrees and so is that. And okay, the question is to get that angle there, which they're calling CAB, so they want that shaded one there. Okay, right. So let's start off by, well, they tell you that that's 58, and with that being 90 degrees, that makes that 32 degrees. 90 take 58, 32. And you can see the sums I've done there, you know, if you feel you could do them in your head. Here we have here also an isosceles triangle. They're both radii. That means that that's 32 as well. So we have a triangle where they're both 32. Okay, 2 32s is 64. 180 takes 64, leaves 116. That's 116. We have a straight line there. They both add up to 180. So 180 take 116 takes you back to the 64. You might have realised that earlier. Okay, so that's 64. I'm now going to draw my attention to this side here. Now that's 90 degrees. So 64 and 90. Again, you could do that in your head, but there it is there if you didn't want to. 154, and we now have a right angle triangle. They all add up to 180, of course. So 180 take away 154 gives you CAB to be 26. There are other ways of doing it. That's the way I've chosen to show you. Let's move on to question 10, which is a changing subject of the formula. Okay, so written it slightly large for you. F is t squared plus 4b over c, and they want it changed to b. So we want everything moved away from this side apart from the b. That makes it the subject. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of the c. If it's dividing, the c goes up to there. So it's fc. So we've now got t squared plus 4b. The next thing to get rid of is the t squared. So from this one, it's a change the side, change the sign. That becomes minus t squared. We're now left with 4b. We don't want 4b, we want b, so we divide by 4. So essentially, the 4 just goes down there. And that's the job done. fc, take t squared over 4 is b. Question 11. Express 3 over a squared plus 2 over a, where, just to let you know, that this just means that a is not allowed to be 0. We don't allow 0 on the bottom of a fraction, so 0 or 0 squared gives 0. So we can just kind of ignore that. Okay, it's just telling you that a can't be 0. Okay, so let's do this quite easy. 3 over a squared, just leave that alone. I've written it slightly bigger. Easy way to do this is to make the denominators the same. And we can do that by multiplying this top and bottom by a. So that gives you 2a over a squared. So we now have a common denominator. So it's 3 take 2a over a squared. And that's that one there. Let's have a look at number 11. Okay, gym members are asked to fill out a questionnaire to rate the quality of service provided. And you can see 5 numbers there. And we are asked to find the standard deviation and to express it in that format there, where a and b are both numbers and it's to be set over 2. Okay, so this is slightly unusual to have a standard form in a paper 1, but it would imply that the numbers must be easy to the point where you don't need a calculator. We're going to use the standard form formula. That's the first one you're presented with. Okay, and so the first thing we need to get is that, which is the mean. So the mean is where you add them all up and divide by how many numbers there are. So 1 and 4 add 6, add 3 add 6 gives you 20, over 5 gives you 4. And incidentally, n is 5 because there's 5 numbers. Looking at the formula here, n take 1 therefore is 4. That's what we'll be using later on. Okay, when I do the standard deviation, I write down all the numbers there, and then I work out each number, take away the mean, and then square it. So when x is 1, what's the mean again? It's 4. 1 take 4 is -3. Square that, you get 9. 4 take 4 is 0. Square it, of course you get 0. 6 take 4 is 2. Square 2, you get 4. 3 take 4 is -1. Square that, you get 1. And 6 take 4 again is 2. 2 squared gives you 4. This gives you a total of 18. That is your sum of all the numbers take away the mean squared. That is that there, and that goes up here in the formula. Hopefully you can see that. So we have the standard deviation being the square root of 18 over 4. Now what we can do to simplify this, the square root of a fraction is the square root of the top over the square root of the bottom. You can split the square root up. Root of 18 is root 9 root 2. 2 9's give 18, that's how this works, and I know the square root of 9, so that's going to be fine. The root of 9 is 3, of course, so what we have is 3 root 2 over 2. There it is there. 3 root 2 over 2, so A is 3 and B is 2, because it's 3 root 2 over 2. There we have it there.